Good morning. After our night stay in Marathon, we started heading up the road down Trans-Canada again. Marathon's a cool town. It's just kind of like a neat East Coast vibing kind of town. Anyway, now we're at Agua Sabon Waterfalls, right off the Trans-Canada Highway. You can hear them in the distance.
So hydro, everything's hydro.
It's freaking crazy. Oh my god, check this out. Wow. Niagara Falls doesn't even look that violent. That's intense. Oh my god. I'm like 200 feet from it and I'm properly scared. Like, they're that intense. Just remarking on the violent and scary nature of these waterfalls, when we look down below the railing and Champ is like right next to them. The guy's suicidal. There's a gate over here. He climbed through the gate, down the stairs, down the hill. He was right down there. And like, I'm afraid of just being this close. The motherfucker was like right on the edge. What's wrong with you? You have a problem, Champ. You need to sort your stuff out. Yeah, you do. Honestly, you're making me sick. Worried sick. Champ, these better not be the rebellious teenage years coming on now. I don't like this. New behavior. So we finally made it to Thunder Bay, and the YMCA that we saw on Google has actually been bulldozed 6 years ago. And YMCA never bothered to set up anything else in Thunder Bay. So we saw a lot of connections between Thunder Bay Online and YMCA. Thunder Bay's Lakehead University and YMCA. So we went to go check that out, paid for parking, no dice. Whoever's at the counter there has no idea what we're talking about. So we can't use the gym there, we can't use the YMCA. There's another gym, but it's like twice the price to use it after 3 p.m. It's currently 3:30. So we'll just be smelly. We'll shower there tomorrow. Hopefully they've got actual showers. Man, this might be the first time we use the shower in the van. It was a bit of a bummer not to get to use the YMCA. We've gotten really used to it. It was really nice, and every time we got to a major city it was just really relaxing, nice experience, especially with the Plus membership where we got to chill out in there. So, but you know, such is life. We're not always going to have that, so we're probably going to go use their other gym tomorrow. But for tonight we just took solace in a Starbucks, which is almost as good as a YMCA and gives us nice fast internet. So we sat there and worked. And this Starbucks that we're actually at right now is in a grocery store, which means there's a lot of parking nearby and a lot of people who don't really care about parking. So I just want to walk you guys through how we park when we're pseudo-stealth parked. Not really, but sort of. Anyways, so inside, this is the way we set it up. We don't cover the front windows, but we try to park them in such a way that they're not facing anywhere where anyone can really look in the front or is passing glance in the front. And even if they do, this cushion right here is from when the table is a couch, and that builds a little fort for Champ to hide underneath. So that's where Champ sits. And then, you know, he tends to stay in his bed, or sometimes he crawls up on one of the seats. But from that from that spot right there, no one can see our little champy poo. So that's good. So as long as they don't knock, they won't know there's a dog in here. And then to add to that, we're actually up here in our bed, which is a disaster, but that's okay. And so because we're up top, if anyone looks in down here, they just see the dinette and they think probably nobody in here. But we're actually up top, and we've got tinted windows and blinds pulled over, so we can actually have the lights on. And because it's a parking lot and there's lights on outside, you can't actually see any of the lights on inside the vehicle, which is really, really cool. So I can have like a reading lamp up there, be reading a book or whatever, and no one sees us. And the last thing I wanted to cover is where we actually park. Now, the story we're looking to build with our where we park our van is that we're an old couple. We're quite obviously staying with some friends, or we live nearby, and this is just our camper van. We've just parked here because there's no space for street parking or whatever, like something like that. So what we've done is we've parked it in such a location that it's not completely inconspicuous, but at the same time it doesn't raise a ton of alarm bells that somebody's totally living in there. The big thing though is, like, all of this stuff is cool and everything, but the big thing is you just got to switch your spots all the time. So this is a good spot for tonight, but tomorrow night we won't be here, and we'll probably never park here again. So that's the big thing. As long as you keep moving, people might know you're camping in your van, but they don't really care. They only care once you're there for more than one night, maybe more than a week even. Most people's tolerance is pretty high. Especially out here in Ontario, people don't seem to really mind. And we're off season too, so.
It's freezing, so people don't think we'll be in our van.
Yeah, and it's also really cold, so people don't really think you'd be in your van. So, yeah, that's it. That's our parking spot for tonight. It's probably going to go off without a hitch because, like I said, this is actually a lot easier. The parking aspect is probably one of the easiest parts about van dwelling. I thought it would be much harder than that.